formation for race number 4 over the 2180. It's a computer strike at $2, Terry.
Well, Southern Supreme, the favourite, very restless here. He's moving about in gate 5. Settles now. There's the light. They're racing. They've broken a pretty good line. Voodoo Sunset, one of the best to begin with. Rasher, who won this race last year. Wider out Roccacelli with Smooth Fella and Crayet. Imperial Cross behind them on the inside from Gypsy Dancer. Then Southern Supreme, he's crafty. Pope's Hill was next, getting well back in the field on settling down. Pick the Music with Bitsky, Paid Up, Better Rock. Culmination and Prince Nazim was last of all.
As they run to the 1500 now, and Rasher's pulled his way to lead from Roccacelli. Out 3 deep was the grey, he's crafty, a length and a half to Southern Supreme. It's the favourite travelling up 3 deep around Gypsy Dancer. Voodoo Sunset back on the rail. A break of a length or so to Imperial Cross back on the inside of Pick the Music and Smooth Fella 3 deep. Crates out 4 deep back on the inside. Bitsky. They were followed then by Better Rock from Paid Up, Pope's Hill, Culmination and Prince Nazim inside the 1100. And it's Rasher by a full length. Roccacelli a length and a half, he's crafty. Then Voodoo Sunset, Gypsy Dancer, Southern Supreme still out deep from Imperial Cross. They were followed by Pick the Music, Smooth Fella. Then came Crate from Bitsky, Better Rock, Paid Up, Prince Nazim, Culmination and Pope's Hill last of all as they run to the 850.
And Roccacelli's taken over now. Roccacelli leads by half a length to Rasher. A length and a half to He's Crafty third. Voodoo Sunset fourth the inside. This favourite seen plenty of the outside fence. I speak of Southern Supreme. He gets to fifth, but he's still deep. Around Gypsy Dancer, Imperial Cross the inside. Then Smooth Fella. Crate was next from Pick the Music, Culmination, Better Rock, well back Pope's Hill with Prince Nazim, and then Paid Up and Bitsky, one of the last. They move up towards the home turn with about 500 metres to run. Roccacelli led by a half. Voodoo Sunset away from behind him now in second spot. Favourite's gone, Southern Supreme. It's dropping out. Rasher's also losing ground. Gypsy Dancer making ground. Now Southern Supreme picking up the bit once again on the outside. Southern Supreme coming after Gypsy Dancer, Voodoo Sunset, Imperial Cross near the inside, then Better Rock and Culmination late. Voodoo Sunset tackled by Gypsy Dancer. Imperial Cross the inside. Imperial Cross coming after Voodoo Sunset. Imperial Cross up on the inside. Imperial Cross wins 3/4. Voodoo Sunset second. Gypsy Dancer third. Southern Supreme seemed to run his race in patches. Not sure if he came down the hill. Then Culmination behind those Smooth Fella. Then Paid Up. Pope's Hill. Roccacelli was next. Further back Crayet. Behind it he's Crafty. Further back in the field Pick the Music, Bitsky and Rasher. He won the race last year, one of the last to pull up this time.
Thanks, Terry. You heard John McBain this morning earlier with Hilton. He did tip an each-way bet here for Imperial Cross to take out this race, and it paid off $582 over 5 and 11 for the Kavanagh stable at Mount Gambier. 2-5-11 there. Bull Eye now for race number 4. My name's Joe, $3.40. Buyer Queen is at $4.
Goldamp a little edgy, they're away. Goldamp jumped well with Waikiki Princess on the outside. Romano Star jumped reasonably. She's not mustering a huge amount of pace in the early part. Crixie has gone out and dashed to the lead early. From Kaikalani second, Sister Agnes getting up on the inside, the third in company with K-Miss, and then Romano Star fifth on the inside from Goldamp, Waikiki Princess and Card Queen. 2 length Specks of Gold, followed by Majestic Wish and Latash. Crixie at the 600 travelled well before the turn, led by a length to Sister Agnes second. Romano Star getting up on the inside, the third now. From Camus and Kaikalani wider out, and then Card Queen, Goldamp, Waikiki Princess. Majestic Wish, one of the last as they swing the corner, where Crixie led from Sister Agnes. Romano Star can come through on the inside. As they got to the 200 metre mark, it's Crixie with Romano Star, trying hard to peg her back, and then Sister Agnes and Card Queen running on well. Crixie with Romano Star getting to her with 100 to go. Romano Star on the insides, coming home the better from Crixie. It took the lead and drew clear. Romano Star won it well from Crixie a second. Card Queen 2 away third. Then Sister Agnes, Majestic Wish, followed by Waikiki Princess. Camus weakened in the run home. Specks of Gold, Goldamp a well back with Latash, and a bad last in it tailed off was Kaikalani.
Numbers there at Caulfield, 2.11 and 3. Romano Star, $1.90, $1.90, $1.80. There's a protest here at Oakbank, 5th against 3rd. The numbers are 2, 5, 11, 7 and 10. 2, 5, 11, 7, 10. Claire Lindop has alleged interference from Jeff Maund on Southern Supreme over the final 250 metres. 5th against 3rd over the last 250. 2, 5, 11, 7 and 10. Well, friends.
Started not quite up to the ladder. Movement towards the centre. I Dominate and Agent Win stood well. There's one runner in close rearing up. Darla Ruby, I think it is. Settles now. Gates are back. That was a great start. I Dominate and Prince of Sports and Fashion News and Steel City all began quickly. Fashion News scrubbed hard's going to lead Prince of Sports on the fence. Quality Kingdom out wide. Steel City fourth. 2 lengths away Man of Mars, then Agent Win. Darla Ruby, Jabailey getting back. Rye Heroes a long way back as they settle, and Bonfires near the tail of the field at the 800 metres mark, and Fashion News outside of Quality Kingdom. Prince of Sports third. Steel City wide. Jabailey the centre. On the rail is Darla Ruby. Man of Mars just shuffled back from Agent Win. Bonfires in front of it. Then Rye Hero, and last of all I Dominate as they steer a course around the bend. 4:50 to go, and Quality Kingdom with his big weight on the fence just led. He's just in front. Fashion News again having a crack at him. One away Prince of Sports. Jabailey, and down the centre then, and running on is Steel City, and Rye Heroes coming from a long way back with a good run. It's Fashion News in front of Quality Kingdom. On the outside, Steel City and Rye Hero. Quality Kingdom the fence, and Fashion News stride for stride. Rye Hero and Steel City late. Quality Kingdom, Fashion News, one up, one down, nothing in it. Quality Kingdom's kicked. Quality Kingdom's kick right on the inside with Fashion News, not sure. Photo finish, and Steel City a nose away. Right up there was Rye Hero, then came Jabailey from Bonfires and Darla Ruby. Prince of Sports wide out on the track from I Dominate, no Man of Mars, and Agent Win last. Gee, this is tight. Very, very tight go between the inside Quality Kingdom and the outside Fashion News, and only the judge will be able to separate them. Nothing in it. And there's a big shadow over the winning post, which makes it very hard to line them up. The inside's kicked, and I'm not sure. We'll leave it to the judge. Quality Kingdom in front. Fashion News, it's the bob of the head. I think Fashion News, is he going to get the head in right on the line? Quality Kingdom down. How close is that? How close is that? There is going to be a breath in it. Nothing between Quality Kingdom, Brian York 62.5 on his back. Fashion News, Jamie Innes with 55. So Fashion News in front, and 4 has got there. Fashion News, Jamie Innes has got there in an absolute breath to beat Quality Kingdom in a very tight go. And third prize going to number 8, and that is Steel City. So he's got the stride in right on the line, Fashion News. After Quality Kingdom was racing on his inside, Quality Kingdom got to the front at the 400 metres mark. Fashion News came back on the outside. It's been a very good carnival for Guy Walter. He had Spinning Hill winning here on Saturday. Tied the knots great deeds as he heads towards his 3rd Sydney Cup.
Yes, thanks for that, Terry. Bob of the head and 4 gets it. Fashion News over 1 Quality Kingdom and 8 Steel City. This is the scene at...
Flash team to grab second. Will run 3 deep. Combination 4 deep. Nasty Doll right behind those, with back on the inside Bellata. Odysseus out deep from Daybreak Treat. Then Exotic Lover. And last of all, Matheson Boy. Well, they are crawling past the judge the first time. Zophanobia led. Combination went up to join it. Friends will run 3rd. Arakazar 4th. Bellandella Dream was next from Oxford Dollar. Around its outside was Odysseus. Then Daybreak Treat, Nasty Doll, Bellata. Exotic Lover and Matheson Boy whipped them in.
As they run to the 1400 now, it's Count Venetian up outside. Zophanobia a couple away to Frenzal Rom. Oh, last year's winner's getting the run of the race. 3rd back on the inside, Bellandella Dream from Arakazar. A length and a half to Oxford Dollar. Back on his inside came Bellata, and 3 deep around him Odysseus. A length and a half then to Daybreak Treat. Nasty Doll, it's inside from Matheson Boy and Exotic Lover. They run inside the 1200. Zophanobia by a clear half length now to Count Venetian. A length and a half to Frenzal Rom on his inside, Bellandella Dream. A couple away to Arakazar with a mouth wide open from Bellata, Odysseus, then Oxford Dollar. It'd probably be 8 off the lead. They were followed by Nasty Doll, Matheson Boy, Daybreak Treat and Exotic Lover back last of all.
Zophanobia leading here by half a length. Moving up on the outside, second was Count Venetian. Bellandella Dream was 3rd on the inside. Frenzal Rom's had a beautiful run, and Dorrell starting to make his move now out 3 deep. 2 further back to Odysseus, then Arakazar. Bellata was next back on the inside. Where's Oxford Dollar? He's trying to get a wriggle on now. Nasty Doll going in front of him. Further back, Matheson Boy, Exotic Lover. Daybreak Treat was last of all, but Dorrell's gone for home here on Frenzal Rom as they move up to the bend, and the top weight took over. Odysseus ran to second. Zophanobia was 3rd. third. Oxford Dollar starting to wind up, but he's still 6 off the lead as they turn. Frenzel Rum, he's 2 in front of Odysseus. Oxford Dollar wide out, starting to run on strongly. Then Count Venetian, Erica Czar, but Frenzel Rum at the 200. Still led by 2 to Odysseus. Then Oxford Dollar, Bellata making ground from Erica Czar, but a great ride by Glenn Dorrell. Back-to-back wins coming up for Frenzel Rum, and the toppy goes on to win the Adelaide Bank Centenary Onkaparinga Cup. Frenzel Rum first, Odysseus second. Give Oxford Dollar third, just from Erica Czar. Then Bellata. Daybreak Treat was next. Further back, Matheson Boy. Then Bellandella Dream. Behind those, Count Venetian. Then Nassie Dole. And well back, Exotic Lover with Zophanobia.
All credit there to Glenn Dorrell and the Hickmont stable there at Murray Bridge. Back-to-back cups there for Frenzel Rum. 550, 210. Decent odds there for the winner. 1, 4 and a photo on the Adelaide Bank Centenary Onkaparinga Cup. Now in pre-race formation here, Bulleye race 5 over the 1940 with Scarecrow $3.50. Down to Jeps Reef at $9.20, Yankee Bower at $8.20. And Winning Smile $2.80.
Set. An attendant climbing in. Might be down there with Weasel Will. Rancho Spark alongside it. Off. Starter caught them pretty well too. El Morada soon after the jump, drifting towards the tail end. Accused and Drawn for Trouble the first couple out. Go Flash Go looking for the lead, and Rancho Spark is up there too, trailed by Weasel Will as they settle down. Gallopini getting back. He's got about 3 or 4 behind him. Go Flash Go heads to the 1,000 in front of Rancho Spark. Drawn for Trouble chucked away third. Zaccarino storming round the outside to a more prominent role from Knockrow. Weasel Will just off them, followed by Accused. Then French Clock trailed a bit further back in the field by Honourable Mention, and then Go Davo go out wider. Typhoon back on the rail from Civil List. El Morada and Gallopini are well back in the field together, followed by another Neptune, and 4 lengths to Strident. Up the side near the 600, Go Flash Go led. Rancho Spark is in second placing on the outside, trailed by Zaccarino deep out. Then came on the inside, Drawn for Trouble from Knockrow, and Go Davo go wide out, followed by Accused in the centre. They're trailed by Weasel Will. Honourable Mention is next, French Clock. Then Civil List and Typhoon, and Gallopini's pulled to the extreme outside. Go Flash Go led round the home turn from Rancho Spark, and Weasel Will running on fairly well. Or Trouble back in the field. Gallopini tightened a few up. Go Flash Go in front. Rancho Spark after him, 100 to go, and they're 3 in front of Typhoon and El Morada. Go Flash Go with his head in front. He's been there all the way. Go Flash Go all the way in the Victoria Handicap. He's won it nearly a length. Rancho Spark and Typhoon are in the photo for the Miners ahead of El Morada, and they were trailed then by another Neptune, Weasel Will, and further back in the field then came Strident, who's come from last to the middle of the pack, followed by Accused, Drawn for Trouble, Civil List, Zaccarino and Knockrow. Go Davo, Go French Clock, Honourable Mention, and Gallopini one of the last.
Go Flash Go, just too good, this 4-year-old gelding. 21.10, 6.40 for race number 5. Ascot and Air Chief $3.60 is the favourite here. Barrier 453 kilos. Over 9 Chestnut Dream 490. 3 Say Corona 590. 2 Acer Class 660 and 5.
2,000. Looked a good line. Gates back. Oh, that was a perfect start. Untrue went back after the start with Kugelhoff and Red Ivory. Ed Mandy away quickly. Toro second. Star Varick and Oddsock showing speed. Kazatska not far away. Space Age wide. Monterey Bay passing him from Arctic Will on the fence. A superior hand from Shineover. 3/4 away in the field, then trying to get across. But a little bit deep on that first bend is Bold Nuage. 2 lengths away, Vason Lee and Mr. Bureaucrat. Well back in the field, Mr. Hawk from Red Ivory. 2 lengths away is Kugelhoff on the outside of Roslyn's Doctor, and Untrue last of all. Coming down the side, Kazatska in front, moving up to tackle. On the outside is Odd Socks, a length away Monterey Bay. Toro, the fence between runners, is pushing through Ed Mandy, a length back Arctic Will and Star Varick right off the track. They were followed by Superior Hand. It's racing on the inside. Just outside of it as they come up past the outside would have been Space Age. He's starting to go forward as they come down the side from Shineover, Bold Nuage, Vason Lee. Mr. Bureaucrat, Gold Caps very wide and deep from Red Red Ivory, Untrue, Kugelhoff. Then Mr. Hawk and Rosalind's Doctor. Around the bend and Monterey Bay a dash for home. 400 metres to go, leading 2 lengths on Arctic Will. 2 lengths away, Space Age coming with his runner, Mr. Bureaucrat, winding up, and he's coming home quickly with Space Age. Monterey Bay grabbed by Arctic Will. Space Age claimed them. Mr. Bureaucrat struggling to get to Space Age. He's starting to drive now, but Space Age drew 3/4 on Mr. Bureaucrat. Space Age in front, holding Mr. Bureaucrat, and he wins the Country Cup. Space Age has beaten Mr. Bureaucrat. Red Ivory in a photo with Kugelhoff for third from Shine Over in Monterey Bay. Then Arctic Will, further out on the track, Rosalind's Doctor, Vason Lee, Bold Nuage, Untrue, Mr. Hawk, Toro. Well back in the field, Ed Mandy, Superior Hand, Kazatska, Rod Sox, and Star Varick after a wide run last in.
Space Age got the money there at Randwick on race number 6. Dan Beasley for Neville McBurney, a win last start at Wyong, so it's notched up to 2 on the trot, 13, 2 and a photo. Now Yarra Glen, strings attached, $6.50, Trendy Jackie, $4.50, Taipan at $3. Longer odds.
And they're set for the CUB Great Eastern Steeplechase. There's the red light. Racing. And one of the best to begin here was Wicker Man, showing speed, Shining Glory, and Morris being ridden forward in the early stages. Next on the inside then was March Past as they go to the first of 26 fences. And they're all over it safely with Morris in front. Josh Dynamite going to second. March Past on the inside from Wicker Man. Then Shining Glory down to 0 next with Bruskin and St. Stephen. And back last of all was Summer Bay as they go over the second. They head to the third, the Shillabee Road Jump, and it's Morris the front runner. Morris leads over that and leads by a length and a half. They head out towards the Fallen Log on the first round. March Past was second, Just Dynamite was third. 4 or 5 to Wicker Man. Behind him then on the outside, making some ground now, Shining Glory. St. Stephen next. He's being ridden well back in the field today as they go over the Fallen Log. Then Bruskin down to 0. He's back second last, and 3 to Summer Bay last of all. They've got 2 jumps on top of the hill on the first round, and Morris giving a dashing display, leads out by 5 or 6 to March Past, running second. About 8 further back to Just Dynamite third as they go to the second on top of the hill. A break then of about 12 lengths further back to Wicker Man. Then Shining Glory. Next St. Stephen. Behind him Bruskin down to 0, and still last of all Summer Bay. They thunder down the hill. 2 down the hill, the first round coming up now, and it's Morris. Morris leading by 4 to March Past, sitting with him second. About 8 further back to Just Dynamite third as they go over that second one. Then there's a break of about 15 lengths further back in the field to Shining Glory. With him was Wicker Man, then St. Stephen. Bruskin next from down to 0, and Summer Bay was last. Here's the last on the first round. This is jump number 9, and it's Morris the front runner. Put in a spectacular leap. There's one down. March Past is gone. So one of the 2 Musgrave runners, and he's brought down the stablemate. Oh, down to 0's rider's been tipped off. So Eric Musgrave, his bonus hopes are dashed. With falling March Past at the last one on the first round, he cannoned into down to 0 and dislodged the rider. So the 2 Musgrave horses are out of the event. They've gone 1 round, and Morris the front runner. Morris leading by 2 to Just Dynamite. 8 further back to Wicker Man. Then Shining Glory. St. Stephen next from Bruskin. Summer Bay last of all. These 2 riderless horses are still in the field. Hopefully they won't cause any problems as they go over jump number 10. That was the first on the first round. They head to jump number 11, and it's Morris attempting to lead all the way. Morris leading by 2 to Just Dynamite second. There's one of the riderless horses moving up to those leaders. 4 further back to St. Stephen. He's starting to improve now around Wicker Man. Then Bruskin. Another 3 or 4 to Shining Glory, and still last of all was Summer Bay as they head out towards the Fallen Log on the second round. And it's Morris the front runner still. Morris leading by 2.5. Just Dynamite was second. A length and a half to St. Stephen, travelling well the Kiwi. Only 2 to his stablemate Wicker Man. Then Bruskin. 8 further back to Shining Glory, and 5 to Summer Bay. He's being retired out of the event. They go to the 2 on top of the hill once again, and Morris leads over that, leads by 2.5 lengths. Just Dynamite second. St. Stephen going well third. His stablemate Wicker Man nice and close fourth. Bruskin was fifth, and about 8 or 10 further back to Shining Glory. That's all that's left in the race, with Summer Bay now being retired out of the event as they come down the hill once again. 2 more jumps in front of them down the hill, and it's Morris. Morris leading by 5 to Just Dynamite. St. Stephen's going very well third, and he's now taken into second spot now by Brett Scott. About 5 or 6 to Wicker Wicker Man, then Bruskin, and about 20 lengths to Shining Glory. He's the only runner left in the event. They come into the home straight once again. Here is jump number 18. This one won't be here the next time, and it's Morris, the front runner. Just Dynamite second on the inside. Only 2 away since Stephen, going well. Wickerman on the inside, then Bruskin. That's the lead group of 5, and about 15 or 20 lengths further back to Shining Glory as the clerk of the course tries to pick up the riderless down to 0. So 3 out of the race, down to 0 and march past, and Summer Bay, they've got 1 round left to go. In the CUB Great Eastern Steeplechase, and Tommy Haslick took Just Dynamite to the lead. Just Dynamite leads by a neck. Morris the outside. 3 away since Stephen. He is absolutely cantering third. Bruskin was 4th. 2 or 3 to Wicker Man, and a long break to Shining Glory as they go to jump number 19. And St. Stephen starting to poke through now on the inside of Just Dynamite. They go to the lead together as they head down towards jump number 20. And St. Stephen going through on the inside. He's taken the lead now, Just Dynamite. Oh, Tommy Haslitt called for a cab there. Bruskin went to second. Just Dynamite back to third. Haslitt lucky to be back aboard. Now making ground Wicker Man. Then Morris, and forget Shining Glory. They go to the log, and Bruskin's gone to the lead. Little Bruskin, the South Aussie hope, leads by a length. St. Stephen second. A length and a half to Wicker Man, and 35 lengths to Just Dynamite. Then Morris, only 3 possible chances. They're on top of the hill. They've got 4 to jump. They've got a double on top of the hill, and then 2 down the hill. It's Bruskin, the South Aussie. He's taking on the 2 Kiwis. The South Aussie versus the 2 Kiwis. Bruskin leads by a length and a half. St. Stephen second. Then Wicker Man as they go to the second on top of the hill. St. Stephen coming back on the inside of Bruskin. 2 to Wicker Man, and about 40 or 50 lengths to Just Dynamite. And then Morris and Shining Glory down the hill with 2 to go, and Bruskin leads by a length to St. Stephen. 2 further back to Wicker Man as they clear the second last. They've got 1 more to jump. St. Stephen and Bruskin, they come to it together. It's St. Stephen the inside, taking the lead again from Bruskin. Then Wicker Man, they turn for home with 400 to go. In the CUB Great Eastern Steeplechase, it will be survival of the fittest. It's Bruskin and St. Stephen. They're 4 in front of Wicker Man. Bruskin the outside, St. Stephen the inside going with him. They're well clear of Wicker Man. Bruskin getting the upper hand. It's going to be a South Aussie victory. Put your hands together for the little South Aussie champ. Bruskin and Grant Young coming away from St. Stephen. Then Wicker Man, but Bruskin, come on Grant, give us a wave. Bruskin, your beauty. It's a South Aussie win. 8 to St. Stephen second. Wicker Man third. Just Dynamite, he will clock in 4th. Shining Glory will clock in 5th. And Morris will be the last to complete the course. Only 6 finishing, 3 riderless horses. And it is a South Aussie victory. Bruskin, Grant Young at $24.60 on the tote. Number 7, Bruskin. Number 7, Bruskin takes out the CUB Great Eastern Steeplechase. Number 7, Bruskin first. Number 7, he has spoilt the party for the Kiwis. 2nd and 3rd for John Wheeler.
Oh, we're exhausted after watching that. 7, Bruskin. Too good. What a fantastic run. 7, 2 and 6. Moving up well here at Bulli. Let's head out to Rod.
Albert George comes up. Field moves toward
and away. Piavonic and Angel's Jewel both began fast near the outside, and Kukai hustled forward down on the rail. Tamarg's gone through in the red blinkers early, looking for the front as they settle through the first 200 metres now. And Seeking Fun's getting up along the fence, so there's a fair bit of pace here. Seeking Fun on the rail with Kukai, Tamarg 3 deep, and Angel's Jewel are the leaders. Pattern of Bells just behind them, 5th, followed by Tycoon Princess. She's being trailed then by Piavonic as he's back. She's about 5 lengths or so off the leaders, with Melbourne Crown 4 lengths behind them. At the turn, Seeking Fun, the rail, and Kukai. Tamarg 3 deep, Angel's Jewel 4 deep. As they swing the corner, Pattern of Bells searching for a run, and Piavonic's pulled to the outside, well on the straight now, and Kukai moved up to Seeking Fun. Pattern of Bells is angling for a run on the inside. There's not a lot of room there. Angel's Jewel and Piavonic's coming right down the outside. Piavonic's getting to these leaders with 100 metres to go. Angel's Jewel's going with her. It's Piavonic on the outside, just in front, and Piavonic beats Angel's Jewel by a half length. Pattern of Bells on the rails in 3rd. Melbourne Crown made some good ground. Then Kukai and Seeking Fun, which we can say did Tamarg. She's at the tail end of the field there with Tycoon Princess.
He tried. Red light on. Away they go.
1,000, and here's Terry.
3 well-back runners here, Michelle. Dignity Dancer, Norman's Way, and also We're Dancing. Vitronite just favourite. $5.40 here for Vitronite, the favourite. But Dignity Dancer is expected to get back to something like his best form. We're Dancing has been well tried. And Norman's Way, who looks the pace, and this is a big acid step up in class for him today. But he's racing so very well. They're all set. Starter is at his platform. Looked a perfect line, although Burdekin Lad moved at the last minute. Settles now. They balance up. Starter picks up the button. They're ready to jump. Racing. Big Milano stood there. He's missed it. Big Milano's missed the kick by 3 lengths. King Win and Norman's Way away quickly. Miss Danehill's coming across. Spicep settles 4th, Mendelssohn 5th, the rail, and Dignity Dancer striding around the outside making progress. A length away, Vitronite, and We're Dancing a bit wide from Burdekin Lad at El Zabana. They were followed by Spying, Striding Edge, the Doctor's Son, and Big Milano. Over the crossing, 1,600 metres to go. It was a good tempo to the back. Norman's Way leads. The big horse, Dignity Dancer, second. 1 away, Miss Danehill. 2 lengths to King Win. 3/4 Spicep. 1 away, Mendelssohn. We're Dancing on a limb. Going through in the centre, Vitronite, keeping him wide. 2 lengths, Burdekin Lad. El Zabana, Striding Edge. Spying. 2 lengths to the Doctor's Son. And Big Milano last. 1,200 metres out, and Norman's Way in his favourite roll. He's putting on a good speed, leading over a length on Dignity Dancer, a clear second and going keenly. 2.5, Miss Danehill chasing the 2 leaders. King Win is on the inside of Spicep, well positioned. Mendelssohn on the inside of We're Dancing, and then a length and a half to Vitronite from Burdekin Lad. 2 lengths, El Zabana, Striding Edge. Spying's about 10 off the lead, third last. Then the Doctor's Son and Big Milano still trails as they go over the 850 crossing. With the inside, still the leader, Norman's Way from Dignity Dancer, who's only a neck away. 2 lengths to Miss Danehill, who's had a good run around King Win. 1 back, Mendelssohn from Spicep. Burdekin Lad, We're Dancing being passed by Vitronite. Striding Edge on the fence from Spying, El Zabana, Big Milano and the Doctor's Son. Coming for home, 500 metres to go, and Norman's Way still travelling. Leading 3/4 on Dignity Dancer, a length and a half to King Win. Burdekin Lad sneaking up on the inside. Mendelssohn the centre and Spicep wide out, and Vitronite down the centre. It's Norman's Way just in front of Dignity Dancer. King Win claimed them. In the tween runners running on, Mendelssohn from Spicep. Spying's coming from the back, and he's coming very quickly. Spying with a great run after King Win. Vitronite wide out, but Spying hit the lead. Vitronite chasing, Spying in front and fell in and one at the nose. Spying has just beaten Vitronite. Third is either King Win or Kicking Dignity Dancer. Then Mendelssohn from the Doctor's Son and Spicep from Norman's Way. Burdekin Lad, Striding Edge, We're Dancing, Big Milano, Miss Danehill, and El Zabana last in.
We're going to have to wait for the judge's decision there, but it could be the 2 Spying, John Marshall for Cups King Bart Cummings across the line. And with a late run, the 2, let's just see here. Oh, it depends on the line, so we won't call it. We'll leave it up to the judges. But it is between the 2 and the 3, Johnny Marshall or Glenn Boss. As you can see, it looks like the 3's got it there. Vitronite for John Size. Right on the line there, the 3. So officially, 3-2, Vitronite over Spying. So some happy connections there. John Size, a very happy man for taking out this Japan Racing Association plate. 3-2-7 the placings.
Stride 300. Cap. There's the light. And they're racing. Silver Seraphim, the favourite, bounced out okay. Tordian's going forward. So too is Sarah Blue with Touch of Grey. Amos Sun was nearer the inside. Recolino was wider out. They were followed by Buckle Down. Curium was back nearer the inside. Hollywood Grey up and around them. They were followed by Tordian getting shuffled back now. Then She Spectacular, Inkamala, Dolphin Miss, and Grey Area last of all. As they run to the 700, it's Silver Seraphim in front by 3/4 to Touch of Grey out 3 deep.